That is a that is a fantastic point, I think. And I think if on the one side of the spectrum we have the idea of I don't want to suffer at all and I'm going to make everybody else suffer instead of me suffering. I think on the flip side we have the great trap of I will make myself holy like the saints.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I will usually what happens is I will also bully other people around me into becoming holy like the saints instead of no, I will let God make me holy and respond to him as best I can. Which,
Sometimes it even, yeah. The weird parts is the times when it actually works, because
okay, well,
sometimes
what
God
actually
is like,
works?
sometimes God is like, they're trying. I'll bless that.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I would say generally you are right that,
Well, and some of the saints didn't they start out kind of that? Didn't Saint Ignatius kind of start out with a "I will make myself holy" kind of disposition, and then that didn't work out so well?
I'm not, that sounds right, but I don't know enough to say for sure. Um,
Well,
trying to think of,
didn't he try to take on like a lot of penances, and then later he said, "Oh well, there's actually a more like reasonable and
mhm.
humble way to go
Like I
about
said,
this."
that sounds right. I just don't remember if
Yeah.
you have the right person in mind.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think an example that I love that I am reasonably certain is true is Saint Teresa of Avila, right?
Mm,
When Saint
okay.
Teresa of Avila was a little child, she decided she wanted to be a martyr. And so she started walking south toward the Islamic part of Spain so that she could get martyred. Um, and her family put a stop to that real quick, right? You know, uh, and and later on, when she becomes the saint who she actually becomes, the great Carmelite reformer, um, I think there's a you read her autobiography, there's a much stronger sense of like, not that she didn't make choices because she absolutely did, right? But there's a much stronger sense of like this was something she and God were doing together, right?
Mm,
She was
mm.
not, you know, she wasn't taking her own holiness into her own hands. She and God were
Right.
doing it together.